So admittedly, my Steamathon TBR is a little all over the place because more than going for bingo, I'm going for really hot books. Hey there and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kat and this is Katie Reads Books. Today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for the Steamathon. I will have a card up here to the announcement video if you want to go check that out. In short, this is a steamy romance readathon that I am co-hosting with Meg LaTorre over at iWriterly. I will also leave a link to our Discord channel down in the description box below in case you want to come and join us for any of these fun reads. So first up on my March/Steamathon TBR is of course the Cyborg Tinkerer by Meg LaTorre. This is our group book for the Steamathon. This is a steampunk, sci-fi, fantasy, romance space opera. And essentially, cyborgs in this world that Meg LaTorre has created are viewed as lesser beings, and a lot of their implants are illegal. And so the main character ends up in a place where she's helping out a cyborg circus, and as she is spending time at this circus, a competition arises, things get deadly, there's a love triangle. Yeah, so that's all the things. Now, as far as the bingo spots that this would kind of cover, because one of the rules of the Steamathon is that one book can count for no more than 2 spaces, this one could count for a lot of things. It could count for the sci-fi, it could count for the fantasy, it could count for the steampunk prompt, it could count for the female prompt, because there's definitely some female action in this one. And it could also count for the love triangle prompt. Next up on my Steamathon TBR is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is about Chloe Brown, who is a very she's been very well off for most of her life. She decides that she doesn't want that anymore. She wants to do things more on her own, and she ends up kind of falling for this love interest, Reid, who is the superintendent at the apartment that she moves into. There's a cat rescue, it's witty, it's funny, it's hilarious, it's sexy, and I, again, am really excited to reread this one. I warned you during the announcement video that I don't shut up about Talia Hibbert, and I just literally cannot emphasize that enough. 3 of the books on my Steamathon TBR are Talia Hibbert books. Get a Life, Chloe Brown could count for a number of prompts also. It could count for a non-white author. It could count for someone from the wrong side of the tracks, because Reid is kind of a biker guy. And Chloe is this very posh, not biker type person. And let's see, could it count for anything else? I'm sure it could, but anyway, those are probably the 2 that I'll end up using this for. I don't know, we'll see. If you want to keep an eye on my Steamathon bingo board, I will be posting that occasionally with my progress up on my Instagram. I'm at Katie Reed Author. Speaking of Talia Hibbert books, Take a Hint, Dani Brown is my next read for Steamathon. Again, this is a reread. Why am I rereading these, you might ask? Because the 3rd book, which is also on my TBR for Steamathon, should be to me by March 3rd, and I'm really excited to read act your age Eve Brown, and while I'm biding my time, I suppose I'll just read her sister's sexy, funny, adorable, loving, wonderful romance novels again. Take a Hint, Dani Brown could count for, again, a number of these prompts, but mainly the one that I'm reading it for is for the fake relationship prompt. I believe I'm going to be able to get that whole thing across, just sort of depending on how Eve Brown's ends up shaping up. I'm thinking about rereading Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert, because that includes the childhood friends trope. But anyway, this one's going to be for the fake relationship trope. The final book that I have on my official Steamathon TBR is Gynomite, Fearless Feminist Porn. Now, this book was edited by Liz Belisle, but it's actually a collection of short stories. I don't typically go for short stories. I don't typically go for anthologies, but this sounds steamy as hell, and I'm just all about having porn geared towards women. Like, that's something that I will never get enough of. The way that I found this book is kind of funny, I think. I watch a lot of Maya Bialik's YouTube videos over on her channel. In case you didn't know that she had a channel, Maya Bialik has a channel. She's Blossom, and she's also Amy from Big Bang Theory. Anyway, she had this on her bookshelf in the background of one of her videos, and whenever I googled it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting that. And I'm really excited that I'm going to get to read it for Steamathon. I don't know what prompts this one is going to cover, which is kind of why my bingo board is as ambiguous as it is, because with it being short stories, I'm sure we're going to cover a number of things, and I just don't know what any of them are. So this is my rough TBR for Steamathon. I'm sure that I'll end up finding more things that I want to read as I go, but I think this is going to get me pretty solid on the bingo board. Let me know what you're going to be reading for Steamathon, and if you're joining us in the month of March, down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more from me, please subscribe. If you ring the bell, you'll get notifications every time I post a new video, and all of my social media is in the description box below. I'm super looking forward to reading these books with you guys, and I hope to see you in the very next video. Bye.